Real quick, everyone, this is a live reaction to the Hoover Police Department update on the Carlee Russell case.
I'm Captain 𝗙𝗍𝗶𝗃 with the Hoover Police Department, and we're here today to provide you with the latest update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Joining me at the podium today will be Police Chief Nick 𝗙𝗍𝗃, followed by Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall. Chief 𝗙𝗍𝗃 will make a prepared statement. After Chief 𝗙𝗍𝗃's statement is over with, Attorney General Marshall will also offer a few comments. Once that is completed, both gentlemen will return to the podium and you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions. With that, I will turn it over to Chief 𝗙𝗍𝗃.
Thank you, Captain. Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lenise Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County, Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is the State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
So they're turning it over to the state, it seems. They're not going to prosecute it on a county level.
Department Chief 𝗙𝗍𝗃 for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured many's attention as a result of not only the allegations themselves, but also the concern about a possible victim in being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied. I also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the City of Hoover in handling these 2 individual charges and look forward to bringing this case to fruition. One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation, and not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance. We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, at this time, we'll open the floor to questions, if you'll please.
All right, everyone. That appears to conclude the informational portion. I normally do not react to the reporter's questions. You're welcome to go on live Facebook where it's still going on and look at those questions. But there you have it, 2 charges, 2 misdemeanors, both around filing a false police report. She faces $12,000 in fines and up to 2 years in prison. As the police chief of Hoover said, that he does not think that is enough, but he's bound by the current laws. They may find some other charges that she's, can be charged with, such as maybe the theft that occurred from her workplace, though that's probably going to be a misdemeanor too, but they're probably still digging. I do believe that they handled this the right way. They were on it. They were professional. They treated her very fairly. And yet they are going to prosecute this to the full effectiveness. As I said earlier very quickly, they're not relying on just the local prosecutors, the city of Hoover / Birmingham and Jefferson County, which is the county in which Birmingham and Hoover reside. They're sending this up to the state attorney general's office, who will be helping them prosecute this case. I think they will fully throw the book at her. They will make an example of her, as they should. Because just like the 𝗚𝗠𝗏𝗍𝗁, just like other people filing false police reports, this drains resources of people that actually need help. And so there you have it. State of Alabama, I'm so proud of my home state. They handled it right. And my hat and salute goes out to the fine people in Alabama. And with that being said, I'll be back soon if any more developments come through. And until next time, keep on crying.